Oh boy, I remember when I did my first speed run. This was back when I was in junior high or so, and the game was Super Mario Brothers on the original Nintendo. And I remember how proud I felt when I beat the game in less than 9 minutes. It was about 8 minutes and 30 seconds or so. And I worked so hard on it, trying to figure out all the secrets, trying to run through the levels without getting killed. When I finally beat my own time, I was like, what? And there was literally no one around to give a whit. Speedruns weren't really a thing back then. But hey, lo and behold, the original developers here of The Outer World are going to check out a speedrun of their own game, a massive RPG game that I'm sure they thought would take 50 some hours to beat, and boom, someone has beaten it in 12 minutes. And this is why I love doing reactions, because I can enjoy a game like The Outer Worlds without having to dedicate 50 some hours of my life to playing it. Although there is a hankering for it. I really, really wanted to check this one out. But I had just played Borderlands. That consumed, dozens of hours of my life. And as an entrepreneur, as a YouTuber, time is not something I have a lot of. So I have to be very selective of the games I want to jump into and really throw myself into. And at this point, I'm trying to hold out till Cyberpunk. So this is one of those games that I had to pass on. But I really wanted to check it out. I've been following on with the development. I've been reading the reviews, been watching the Let's Plays, and it looks like an absolutely amazing game. What's interesting with this particular reaction is that it's the developers themselves. I'm really curious to see where they feel like it was either cheating or they were either going, whoa, I can't believe this guy figured out this hole, because I'm almost certain they did not think that this game could be beat in 12 minutes or so. Which makes me wonder if Shigeru Miyamoto thought Super Mario Brothers could be beat in about 8 minutes, which I think today the speed run for Super Mario Brothers is a lot faster. Let me just double check here. Under 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 55 seconds seems to be the best speed run going on today, which means it's a good 3 minutes faster than what I pulled off. And yeah, I've seen some of these, and the amount of time they're able to shave off compared to what I did is just astronomical. It's honestly one of the reasons why I love watching speedruns, because you see people play games in a way that was never intended to be played that way. I think with Super Mario Brothers, what's so beautiful about that particular game is that it was like the perfect design for a game. Enemies were placed at the right place, the spacing, the jumps, everything is done in a way where that if you were to fly through it, it almost felt like you were playing Sonic. You could just whip through it without getting caught on anything. And there you go. It's less than 5 minutes. Or you could take your time and play through it at a regular pace, and it would be like, hours to beat the whole game. It's really cool to see how games have evolved over the years and how speedruns have become a thing. All right, without further ado, let's check out the speedrun. And away we go.
All that was just running around, taking damage, waiting for the elevator to get there, which we put in to stall you, so you probably have to fight those people.
He showed us.
Yeah. His character may be dumb, but I'm feeling pretty stupid. So now it begins.
Yes, the speedrun by Creeper Hunter.
Have you noticed half of the speedrun is in Edgewater?
This is a really beautiful game,
incredible.
I gotta admit.
Once they get out of Edgewater, they bypass all of our wonderful content.
Well, some of the stuff they do are things that I would have assumed some players would be able to do, but they exploited it very efficiently. Like the whole Byzantium, going to Byzantium first thing.
Yeah, but getting it to open locked doors, I never knew they'd be able to do that.
Yeah.
That's the only way you could do speedruns, is be able to skip all the cutscenes and the dialogue.
I do wonder when I watch this, how many times has this guy played before doing a speedrun?
This seems like it'd be so stressful. You're 5 minutes in, just being like, oh my God, if I screw up now.
Yep. I mean, yeah, he just ran by 3 or 4 guys with guns. 6.
I'm pretty sure that's the only way to beat this game, is to avoid combat.
And he takes damage falling instead of being shot.
Probably later on in the game where he's going to be able to level up and still be able to beat the harder enemies.
When I was testing, I always used to do this. I would run past them all and just get onto the ship.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no...
Is this normal difficulty? Do we know?
I didn't notice what he set it to, but I know he's dumb.
Wow.
His
So his
character,
character-
not a speedrunner.
Just so beautiful.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
Yeah, he's less than 2 minutes into the game, and he already has the main quest. He's been on the ship, he has the main quest, and he's not even going to Edgewater. In fact, I think he's just running by these outlaws.
I'm really interested to see how he handles Edgewater because you have to go to Reed to get the passcode. That's like the one hard gate I thought we put in.
The way I've seen them do it in the past is they kill Reed and get it off his computer.
I know, but he's going to Adelaide first?
Is he, or is he just going to the geothermal plant?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know that you can get into the geothermal plant.
But in a lot of speedruns, they go to places so they get fast travel points. They, like, collect them.
Ah.
Oh, but maybe no.
No, that makes sense. I think you're right, because now he's going back to Edgewater.
You're right.
Oh, he wanted the fast travel. That's probably the quickest way to get that fast travel point. So
It's faster to run to the geothermal plant and back
Yes.
to Edgewater.
Oh, that makes sense.
That means he
So
didn't get to talk to Silas.
He's not talking to anybody. Have you watched all of this before, or is this your first time?
I skimmed through it because I wanted to get the gist of it, but I didn't notice that. But I didn't. I wanted to see how he ended.
So do you know? Because my bet is that he goes right in there and kills Reed. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, Reed has
And
seconds.
Pavarti.
Reed has seconds to live, and he doesn't even know it.
Wonderful elevator music precedes death.
I don't think he's appreciating our elevator music.
And now everybody dies.
No, he didn't.
I could have sworn the computer was the fastest way.
I love it with speedrunners, man. Like, totally buck anticipation of what's supposed to happen.
And that's
Probably
it.
not.
And then he fast traveled back.
Yep.
Did you see how he got in?
Yep.
He jumped over the fence. I'd never seen somebody do it that way before.
I think I have actually done it that way when testing.
Oh, I didn't think you could jump over that fence.
Well, I know we put in the hole in the fence so on the other side.
Is he even shooting anything? No.
Only when he has to. Or did he?
He just pressed that lever and ran on.
No, the mechanical outside.
So does he go talk to Thomas? Nope.
Of course not. That's a side quest. That's
He
gonna.
just
slow
I
ran
do
through
like
the
the fact
steam.
that this game actually doesn't force you to combat. You know what I'm saying? It's not gated where like you're just stuck and you have to fight like everything, like a lot of first-person shooters are. It truly allows you to fight or not fight.
I think he just hits E and just keeps going.
Yeah.
So let's see where he sends the power to. Wait,
So are those numbers?
he
up
didn't
there?
divert the power.
Are those numbers up there speed runs for each of the areas?
It's the maximum time he's going to spend in each area.
Oh, I thought those were maybe the records that other people had established.
Wow, this game loads really fast.
He actually fast traveled back in here to reset the robots.
It was quicker to go out and go back in the front door than it was for him to run all the way back to the. That's pretty amazing.
And he didn't even bother spending his level up points.
So that means you have to.
Look how he's getting out.
That means you have to time running from the interior back to it, and then be like, no, it's actually quicker if I leave the building and fast travel.
That seems like such an obvious thing to be able to get in and out of there that the developers are a little bit too shocked that they didn't realize they could jump out of there or jump into there.
No, do you know why he did that? He did that to clear the combat flag. You can't use computers when there's a combat flag. So he literally thought it was faster to load, and I don't think they count load screens in the time. So he just basically, that was a free combat flag wipe. He's level 4 and has yet to spend a point. And then he fast traveled back to the ship.
Yep.
You must need the ability to converse with people, probably some sort of charisma type of thing, to be able to get past through the game.
Doesn't even talk to Ada, just goes and repairs the ship immediately. Takes damage here. Oh, I always take damage when I jump off that ledge. Skips the wonderful cutscene.
Yeah. Whatever, Phineas. We don't have time for this.
So where does he go?
He goes Groundbreaker.
Do you think he's going to kill Gladys or Udam? I think he talks to Udam.
You have to talk to Udam because you have to get him to... That's an easy one, though. You're just going to skip through that conversation because he'll unlock your ship no matter what.
Can you imagine like a developer knowing every character, every scene, every location in a game by the time they're done building it? I mean, a game this massive, they literally have digested the whole lore and everything in this game. They could just spout it off as if it's the real world that they live in. It's amazing.
No, Gladys.
This is a beautiful setting, by the way. Love this setting.
Oh, he's not going to kill Gladys, is he? Don't kill Gladys. Oh, he's going to steal all the stuff and run away before they...
Did they not go to... Because they didn't see him because he hid.
Oh, he had lockpicked it before it been to identified state. Why is he going to Udam?
Make a note of that one.
He's leveling up so fast.
Well, you have to go to Udam to unlock your ship. Oh, and he gave Udam his seal before he...
Oh, that's what he got out of the...
yeah. But, it's possible to get into a state where you can...
So Bambi goes right to Byzantium.
Yep, you can pick the lock on that safe without ever being caught.
Wow. I thought you had to use TTD or something, but...
No, there's a blind spot right there that they found.
How did he...
That's pretty genius. How did he what?
He got caught by her and then somehow reloaded. I don't really understand what happened there.
Yeah, I missed that one.
What's amazing is he's already more than halfway through his run.
Yep.
That's incredible. Yeah, see, look, he tries to pickpocket him. He comes over, opens the door.
Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't even realize it. It's like already 8 minutes in. I've just been so mesmerized by this thing.
Bam, he's inside Rockwell's office.
That's pretty genius.
But he's missing out on such wonderful narrative and storytelling.
I know.
And then he just fast travels back.
He loses style points for that in my book, but you know.
I mean, forget about the narrative. Just look at how much of this world has been created, the art for everything. When you see it in this speed, it's just utterly breathtaking how many visual elements were created.
Why did he run? He spent extra time picking up the disguise.
Maybe he needs it for the hope, to get through the hope quicker.
But then he went back to the office. Oh, he's going to get the chemicals.
Yeah, you have to... Oh, okay, yeah. It's funny, I don't remember what gates we put where. He has to go talk to Phineas after he gets the chemicals.
By the way, I do the same thing. I always jump over that reception.
It's a sign of good level design.
Yep. That receptionist can't block me.
That feels like...
And where did he get the key from? Because he never talked to...
A bad level design choice.
Earth. Was the key also in President Rockwell's office?
Yeah, if you get into Rockwell's office, because our theory was that you had to talk to you had to go to the minister to get into that office.
Do you know what he did right there? That elevator's not
He's
available.
probably going to try to avoid combat because he's too low level, doesn't have the right equipment too.
So he throws the switch and then he just runs around waiting for the elevator to appear. All that was just running around, taking damage, waiting for the elevator to get there, which we put in to stall you, so you probably have to fight those people.
He showed us.
Yeah. His character may be dumb, but I'm feeling pretty stupid. And you can quote me on that.
Well, as we said, we always went to you for the best dumb lines.
Yes, you did say that. It was such an honor.
Yeah, so That's the thing. Did he have this meticulously planned out from like playing it millions of times, or did he watch other streamers? And
Well, he's going through the dialogue so quickly. He must know exactly what keys.
well, yeah, there's definitely that, but there's also like the way he even moves through the levels.
He's 2 minutes from the end.
I know he's optimizing every step he takes. I mean, to get to the very specific, like how he jumped over the tanks to get to the tanks to get to the computer there.
His path.
Yeah, for sure. This dude is like, has figured everything out about this game, played it many, many times to get through the game to understand what is the best path forward. I mean, think about the million of choices of things you have to piece together to create the speed run. This dude, at this point, probably should have been hired to like work on this game, or at least hired to work on the next game, because I'm sure he would be a hell of an amazing tester, one, but second, I think he could actually really help a lot of developers kind of think about like how the game should be structured.
Yep, it's the first time he's ever talked to Phineas.
And he's, what, 2 minutes and some seconds away from being done.
Hello? Can you hear me? I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess, sir.
Okay, so we'll have to get to through this conversation and say, yeah, I've already got everything.
I wonder if I grabbed the shrink ray.
I'm really happy that doesn't break. Like that this works.
Narrative was solid.
Wait, why is he?
I don't know. Can you not tap through this?
That was weird.
Yeah. If he had an extra 3 seconds, he should have grabbed the shrink ray.
What's he wasting time for? Yep, so there goes the hope.
But we know how this is going to end. Dumbly.
So does he have to use the disguise to get through the hope? Is that why I went up to the captain's room?
I mean, this game is like almost done at this point. He's got about
That's true.
minute to go.
So far, he hasn't used a disguise.
It just feels like it's so anticlimactic so far.
He's going to finish the game at level 7.
He's going so quickly we can't even follow what cheats he's using. Yeah, see, he needed the disguise.
Yeah. Otherwise, these people would probably shoot him to death because
Yeah.
they're like level. The lowest level they can be, I think, is 16 or 20.
Yep.
I'm assuming he bought additional sprint speed, but I never saw him do it.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the host communications.
Man, this is amazing. I mean, he has to have memorized everything.
He is 45 seconds from being done.
Suitable music selection.
It's because he skips it into the sun. I want to see a speed run, not taking away from the speed run at all, but I really want to see a speed run that goes all the way through Tartarus.
A non-dumb speed run.
Yeah, a non-dumb speed run. What's interesting, I wonder if the dumb things get you through the conversations quicker at all. Probably not. Not significantly.
And there it is.
That is impressive. I think the most impressive thing for me was how specifically he went through areas.
Wait a minute.
Are you also
That's the
proud
end of the game?
Your dumb storyline? You know what I mean.
Yes. I am proud that we let you skip the hope into the sun. And yes, we do consider it a legitimate end, but I was disappointed that was how the speedrun ended, only because I wanted to see the Tartarus run.
I guess this is one of the endings of the game. While there are many, many endings, this is the fastest one.
It is curious. I'm curious what the non-dumb speed record is.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone's done that
They keep
yet.
talking about this
Have you looked at that?
non-dumb version. I mean, what do they mean by that, by the way? I'm curious. Does it mean that you have to develop your intelligence and unlocks a different path or a different type of ending?
What a great ending.
I've heard of a couple games that let you do kind of things that theoretically the game doesn't want you to do that then ends the game.
Ta-da! And roll credits.
That was impressive. Wow, fantastic.
Congratulations.
That was cool. It is so much more interesting to watch this with developers providing their commentary. Like, I love watching like when directors make commentaries on their movie, but this in particular is fascinating because you hear so much about things that they didn't even realize could happen. I bet you that when a speedrunner actually made this and he's watching this back, which I'm sure he's seen by now, he must feel such delight to have out-tricked the developers. You know what I'm saying? Like beating them at their own game. Because it is the developer's job to try to walk you down a specific path. Even in an open world game, there's specific paths. That's why there's gating. That's why there's progression systems. All that kind of stuff is designed so that you kind of have to follow a path that they want you to go on. So yeah, this is so cool, so cool. I mean, the first thing I absolutely love about this is that not only is the world beautifully rendered, some of the best art I've seen. It feels like it mixes Borderlands with Fallout with, you know, a bunch of BioWare games like Mass Effect. Yet at the same time, the sheer amount of art that's been created as they went from world to world, and as you can explore outdoors, as you can explore the indoors, it's staggering. It's the kind of thing where, can you imagine like if this game actually sucked? Can you imagine if the core mechanics, the core gameplay loops just sucked? You have all this world rendered that no one wants to play through. But the gameplay, of course, is the key here. And just by him blazing through it, it looks really, really in-depth, really refined. You know, there's some things I really love about this leveling up system. You know, this is the reason why I love Bethesda games, why I used to love working with them. And it's because you can level up all sorts of different stats, and each stat that you level up has different kinds of impact in the game. You can progress through, you know, being a negotiator or a fighter type of thing. That being said, sometimes it's little stats overkill. This concept of taking damage when you have to level up your ability to jump higher is, oh God, I hate that. Especially when it's set so low in the beginning. Like when he was running just through that desert terrain, the fact that he was taking damage just skipping along was, oh God, that's like taking it a little too far. I am curious if the person who did the speedrun had this all mapped out somewhere, whether on a computer or on a bunch of pieces of paper, and just like some sort of crazy person that's eventually trying to solve a murder, and he's got pins everywhere with lines being drawn to each thing. Because for you to really know which way is the fastest, you really have to think about what you need to get through those specific points of the game that are designed to stop you. And what's the fastest way to go about doing that. And there were so many instances of him doing something that you had to try like 10 different ways for him to finally realize, no, this is the fastest way. And that's amazing because this is a, you know, game that progresses. It's not like you can get to the end of the game and start all over again and try to play the first level to optimize it. It's not like a game of Mario where you can constantly optimize one chunk at a time. How you progress through the game could eventually affect different paths, different ways for you to move forward. So he must have played through this game, oh my God, I can't even imagine how many times for him to be able to win this kind of glory. And all for what? It's not like he's getting any money from this. It's just the sheer desire to be able to be the fastest. And at least today, you get some recognition from it because like I said at the beginning of my video, when I did my speed run, which back then I didn't even know that's what it was called. I was just trying to figure out how to beat Super Mario Brothers as fast as I can. Yeah, no one was there to appreciate what I went through. I was living in Taiwan at the time, and even that kind of held me back from being able to celebrate because not many people there actually played a lot of Nintendo games. Everything was imported in, and games are pretty sparse there. It was really through that speedrun actually that got me to really appreciate level design. It really got me to think about what it took to make games, and I think probably was one of the initial catalysts, one of those pivotal moments in life that walked me down the path to eventually becoming a game designer and working in the game industry for 20 some years or so. So very cool. All right, IGN, I love this kind of stuff. Put more of this kind of stuff up there. Gives me a chance to appreciate a really big game in about 15 minutes or so, and also appreciate all the interesting design mechanics. It's not just speedrun, it's literally like the Matrix where you're downloading information at rapid speed. If you'd like for me to react to more of this kind of stuff, let me know. Leave a comment. And of course, I always appreciate when you all subscribe. So, peace out.